Good morning, YouTube. This is Get the Great Define Sports, and we have an update on Terrence Crawford that he gave the world, stating that if Terrence or Earl do not write a statement to the boxing commission that they both can't make 47, that the fight will happen at 47. But my question is, what if Earl writes it? Then where does the fight go if Terrence don't write it? Is the fight off, or do they try to negotiate a type of catch weight, or what the hell goes on? Because that was getting interesting. At least they're in negotiations of, trying to make this fight after Earl exercises rematch clause, which we already know Earl said in the ring, I can't make 47. Terrence Crawford in the post-interview said that it's hard for him to make weight. So, was there a deadline in this negotiation agreement from back then saying, okay, we both can't make 47? I don't even know if that was a negotiation back then, because I'm on the outside looking in, because this is new to me. But, what kind of negotiation could they make to get past that if there was actually a deadline? Because to me, solely, it's still going to be on Crawford to saying, nah, I want to take him upstairs. Let's fight at 54. Let's head north. You waited for me all this long. You didn't risk your O with nobody else. Let's go north. Let's go 54. I give you that. But everything else, you got to dance to my tune. Because I am the A side now, and without you, I wouldn't be in this position because you gave me the chance. Without Earl, it wouldn't have happened. He knows this. And the kind of morals that Terrence Crawford has, I honestly believe that he would give him that shot at 54 because he believes in himself that much. Especially his fans believe in him. I'm an Earl Spence fan. And I'm riding with Earl the whole way out. But I know Bud is special. Can I see the fight going the same way? And as far as skill-wise, yes. Would it be a better fight? Yeah, because it's not so much weight that Earl has to cut. And then it's like, who's going to train Earl and get him ready for Terrence and have him with a B, C, and D plan? Because Earl never abandoned his game plan. He just had his main strength taken away from him. That was his jab. That changed everything. And he didn't say that he wasn't comfortable at 47. But would you give it the eye test and him saying, let's go to 54? I believe he knows his body is done at 47. He's been there entirely too long. And he's been stating that he's been wanting to go to 54 for a long time. Floyd even said, man, he should have never been at 47. Really, he should have been at 160, 168. Because of how much, it looks like he walks around at. His walk-around weight is probably close to 180. I said this in a video or two ago. Crawford, what I'm saying? He looks like he stays in shape 365 a year. He don't miss a heartbeat. And he walks and he takes good care of his body. So, I would say that the last say would be Crawford because he's the A side now. Is Crawford more comfortable at 47? Yeah. Is it hard for him to make 47 as he alluded to? I believe so. He's damn strong. I mean, the man deadlifts 445 pounds. Look like he could deadlift 500 if you ask me. He has great skills. To just knowing that he grew up wrestling and then boxing and then learning, his mom had him fighting everybody in the neighborhood, paying him. This dude IQ was, growing since he was since he was knee high. And hopefully, we get to see this fight because as a non-casual, I understand. I understand them both. These is both two warriors, and Crawford, has the mentality from being a kid, like, man, I'll fight you again, but the only difference is there's money on the line. This is boxing. There's rules, there's politics, there's, everybody has to get paid. The fight has to make sense. So, if this was something that was just basically outside of the sport, man, Crawford would have been like, man, come on, man. As he says, let's go in a room where nobody else can see. And we could dance over there. That's the mentality he has. So, he's just going off of what the terms that was set before. We all know there could be new terms now. But I like that they're both, trying to make things where the fight can happen in December. At least it's being talked about it since Earl exercised his rematch clause. And hopefully this is something that is going to build the fight, because a lot of people saying, I don't want to see that again. Earl got washed by Crawford, and Crawford is much light years better than Earl, and Crawford is so good that he might have beat Floyd Mayweather. I doubt that. Shane, you wrong for that. You know better than that. I love you. I love Terrence Crawford. He's grown on me. I'm starting to be a fan of him because of what he is out the ring. He's a real human being. He doesn't, he makes money. He doesn't allow the money to make him. But to beat Pretty Boy or Money, man, that's putting a lot on that plate to stake that, which we'll never know. Because Crawford is getting better as time progresses. His skills is getting way sharper than his last fight. So that's just something that we won't ever know. Even though Shane feels that, which I totally disagree with him. This whole thing is very interesting, and I'm just waiting to see what comes about of it, because we all know that if they both don't write a letter on a piece of paper, Terrence could still sidestep that and be like, nah, let's head north. This. So it's just, where do they go now? Because let's say they both, all right, well, Bud's like, I'm not writing. I'm going to fight at 47. Okay, well, Earl's like, I'm sending a note and I can't make 47. Who's next in line for the both of them? Because we already heard Crawford saying, I'm not fighting Danny Garcia, and Danny saying, I don't need the money. I'm tired of paying sanctioning fees anyways. I'm rich. Thurman. He said the same thing about Thurman. I'm not fighting you. When I was, back then where I was at then, you guys didn't want to give me that chance. And when Earl was, the champ, he was saying the same thing too. But if they both can't meet in the middle, where do they both go? Does Crawford be like, all right, I'll take Boots? Or does Earl be like, all right, I'll get in there with Boots at a catchweight? Or does Crawford, because we know Crawford want to fight Charlo. We know Crawford is like, man, I'll get in there with Canelo too. Canelo like, he ain't fought nobody. Well, there was a point in time where Canelo, you didn't fight nobody either. But Crawford did beat a name. Crawford is a household name. So if this fight doesn't happen with Spence, I believe you should give him a shot. people heard of Bivol, but a lot of people didn't know who Bivol is. It's like, okay, he's fighting Bivol, and you lost that fight. Do I think that the money would be better than when you fight Bivol if you was to fight Crawford? If you beat Charlo? Hell yeah. We all know this. You know, I think the world knows that. Even the casuals know that, because the casuals know who Terrence Crawford is. The casuals didn't know who Bivol was. So what would be the issue? You know, you got a lot of miles in the tank to be as young as you are, but come on, man. You know you had issues with guys that are good on their feet. Laura, Floyd, Trout. You know, I forgot the one cat's name a while back that you got fought. You know, that, you know, exposed your bad habit that you have. The first guy, when nobody knew who you was. But are you the face of boxing as of right now? Yeah. You know, you're gonna go down as the best Mexican fighter that we've seen. You're up there with Roberto Duran. You're up there, you know, with Julio Cesar Chavez. You know, Hector Camacho. You're up there. But as a, you know, going out on your shield, should you give Crawford a chance? Yeah. Should you give both Charlos a chance? Yeah. Especially if you beat the little Charlo. You know, there's a lot of good fights out there that could be made between, we're gonna say 54 to 68. You know, Canelo already got Plant out there, but we could get Plant and Jamal. You know, we could get that. Or Big Charlo, because I still, you know, have a thing with the names, man. We gonna just say Big Charlo. I know who's who, which one is which, but I'd say the names, and you know, it could be the other one. So bear with me. You know, I'm gonna get it right. But yeah, you know, we can get Plant and Big Charlo. You know, that's something that I believe needs to happen. We could get Big Charlo and Benavidez. I believe that's a fight that needs to happen. You know, we got even Demetrius Andre. You know, those fights need to happen. You know, and it's just, you know, it could be a great year for boxing. Could be totally a great year for boxing. And boxing is, you know, still evolving, even though with the politics. And the only thing I don't like, you know, from the beginning of the year is that a lot of robberies been taking place. That's the only thing that be scaring me, man, when the fight goes the distance. You know, that's the only thing. And it's just, be unfortunate to us fans. You know, it'd be really unfortunate that, you know, to us fans and those fighters who's putting their lives on the line. You know, because we've seen Canelo get away with a few gifts, at least 2. You know, and I'm glad Charlo was trying to make his way back. You know, though I don't like that he's training with Roy Jones, but you know, offense is something that he could learn from Roy. I don't think he's gonna be, you know, trying to train with Roy all the way to the fight, take him in his corner. Hopefully not, because Roy, to me, IMO, never really had defense. He had great athleticism to get out the way, but the basics, Roy didn't have that. But I'm gonna cut this short. We're gonna conclude this. It's Friday. You guys enjoy your weekend. Have a great day. Eat good, sleep good. We're out. Peace.